Okay, be strong, be consistent. The meanie culture, or even like when people on Facebook say we care about people, or anything, like anytime something's not nice, think think to yourself, like if you're a sensitive person, these people don't think about other people. They think about themselves. They're caught up in their own little whatnots, so you don't have to worry about it. It's like stupid rules they make up for people. Like I talked to my sister last night. She's like, "Well, right now you can't date people because of the quarantine." And I'm like, "Well, you know what? Yes, you can. If you meet somebody who's single and you're single, you can definitely date them." I just haven't met anybody yet because I haven't been that excited. But also, too, being single is the triple thick icing on the cake because single people have a lot of fun and we enjoy life a lot. So yeah. And being single is really cool. Like I talked with my best friend. She is beautiful, amazing, talented, educated, and she's single because she's like, you know what? I just haven't met the right person, and at the end of the day, like, I want something special, and I'm like, you know what? You're so right. Like, so being single is triple thick icing on the cake. Like when you're a strong cookie, you can be single. Like for years, you don't need to ever worry about it, and that's why I don't really date or anything. You know, I'm just a strong cookie like that. Like occasionally I'll date, and it's just I don't know, but it's not like that important. Like even if you want to meet someone, I think when you're a single person, you just know that you want something really good in your life, so you continue to be single and you continue to be strong like that. Not everybody can do that. And I kind of give myself kudos for that, especially right now during quarantine, because when you're single, you have to do everything yourself. You have to go get groceries yourself. You have to do everything yourself. And the relationship people, the family people, they don't get that. They don't get how hard it is or how strong cookie you have to be a single lady. Like, they just don't know. And that's why I'm saying, like, you know, even though recently on YouTube I started talking to some people, I'm not going to meet anybody that lives far distance from me ever, because I will never travel to go meet someone. I just won't. If I meet someone, they have to be like super local to me, and it has to be like super good, and I have to feel like we have a super amount in common. And it's not that I have this high expectation, it's just I know what works in my life and what doesn't. I'm not the kind of person that would ever leave California, move, or travel to go see someone. If I travel, I'm going to Hawaii, or like, I don't know, like Tahiti or something for fun, but I would never travel to go see someone. So yeah. You have to be a super local person, like, for it to, like, for me to even think about it. Like, I don't know, because I was on the dating app, and there's this guy, he lives in Moreno Valley or something. He's like, that's really close. And I'm like, not for me. I'm not going to go see you in Moreno Valley. You want to come all the way up here? Yeah. But not me. I'm not going down there. I don't know. But we still have the dentist. I do have a thing for dentists. I'm like, okay, they're kind of cute. Well, he's kind of a cute dentist, to be honest with you. I had a dentist a few years back that, you know, I had a little bit of a crush on, and he lived in our complex. I actually saw him one time, and it was funny because he kept saying, you know, I live here, and you can text me, and like we live really close proximity to each other. He was a student dentist, so it wasn't like. And I don't know, some people have dated their dentists, but I do have a thing for dentists, and like, it kind of reminds me of that time. Like, I was having so much fun, and he was really, really cute. But he was a really klutzy dentist. Like, he would drop everything, and it would take him an hour to get ready, and he'd be running around, and I'd just be sitting there. And, like, I don't know. It was kind of funny. I'm like, this is interesting. And I think he just was kind of klutzy, but anyway, I never pursued that because I think he was just kind of chatting, and he was a student dentist, my dentist, so I never really felt super comfortable talking to him more than that. But yeah, I mean, it kind of reignites that feeling like, dentist, really. Kind of like dentist. You see, I've had a problem going to the dentist, especially if it's a cute guy dentist, because I had that good dental experience. So, like, when somebody tells me they're a dentist, I'm like, I think my teeth are free. I don't know. I'm just like, so me and the dentist. But the only thing that keeps me, that reserves me from wanting to meet him, is that he Facebook texted me and said, oh, I want to meet you, like, tonight. I'm like, no thanks. I don't want to meet someone at night. I want to meet someone, like, during the day, in a normal kind of way. And this is the reason that the app never works. Nope. Because you get all sorts of fun ones. So, it's not that I haven't tried dating. I just haven't met anybody that I sparked with. And that's okay. I'm just like, okay. But, you can definitely have fun as a single lady. I just want it to be local. And I want it to be somebody who courts me and brings me flowers and treats me like a lady, because all of a sudden I'm like, yeah, I want that. I want to be treated like a lady. I want flowers. I want to be treated good. And I want everything. I don't want to meet people on an app. It's not me. So I think I'd rather be single for a very long time than meet mediocre people on a dating app. They're like, well, we could meet tonight. Oh, you added 175 women in the last week on your Facebook page. Yeah, you're probably pretty busy. And you're a dentist, so I know a lot of ladies. But then again, I'm not saying you can't think he's cute, because the dentist is very cute. He's Middle Eastern. Like, yes. There's something about Middle Eastern guys that's kind of sexy. But, I don't know. You're not being the dentist. Because it doesn't behoove me. I actually have too many old-fashioned ideas that always kind of reemerge at the end of the day, that I kind of wanted to be treated the way that my grandpa treated my grandmother, and just flowers and romance and old-fashioned stuff. And if that world doesn't exist so much, I can wait for it. I can wait a lifetime for it, because you only have one lifetime. And although a hot dentist is kind of cute, not that great. I mean, he's cute, but the competition. I don't do competition. I'm just like, okay, he has a lot of lady friends that he's meeting. I'm like, that's what I figure. And he wants to meet me at night. Ooh, like the old Don Juan line. Oh, that's so a guy that wants to meet you at night doesn't have a good intention for you. And I'm not saying in the past, we can have fun, but when I start thinking about it, when I get deep into my little mind, I'm like, you know what? No. I want old-fashioned romance. I want to be courted. I want to be treated special. I don't want to meet somebody on an app. And if there's nobody like that for me, it's okay. I mean, my sister eventually found somebody like that. But, you just have to kind of wait, I guess. Maybe you wait forever. I don't know. I don't know if there's anybody good for me out there. So that's why I hesitate in meeting the dentist. And if I say I don't want to travel to meet people, just because I don't think I'm never going to travel to meet somebody. That's the thing. I know people think, oh, she has a long hair channel. This is like a dating profile. Long hair is not a dating profile. There's married women with long hair channel, and I like comments and interacting with people, but I always keep it true to myself at the end of the day, because you know what? One life to live and all that. The only person that's for me is someone who's super local, who's super part of my life. Local already as in you live here, you're established here, you're not traveling out here and I'm not traveling there. Travel is off the menu for me because I did that before, okay? Years and years ago, I was in a 1-year relationship with somebody who was stationed in Hawaii, and we saw each other a few times, and oh yeah, we did all these things in Hawaii, and lots of fun and all that. But you never can know somebody when you're traveling, and it turned out he had this big addiction to EverQuest or some sort of computer game, which I don't care. But eventually, like, he felt put out because, like, I would text him when he wanted to do a game raid on his free time because I'm working 110 hours a week. I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what to tell you. If me texting you put a clink in your day, like, yeah, so that was just kind of like, okay. And then, you know, I met some other people too. Like, there was a guy, it was kind of a weird situation. Once again, I met him on a dating site, which is, no. Even though it turned out he was local, I recognized him from high school, but I had been a couple years older than him. And he actually was kind of like friends with my sister. So we dated for a while, but it was never really that great because basically he was divorced and he had 2 kids, and this is when I was in my 20s. And it was super disrespectful. He told me, oh, we're more than great sex. That's what he said. I'm like, oh boy, on a stick, buddy. Like, I just don't get it. Like, not that there's anything wrong with that. Like, I've liked that in the past, but I'm just like, no. Like, there comes a day that you respect yourself more than these stupid scenarios where, oh, like, and it's not that it's stupid. Maybe these things work out for other people, but yeah, I actually just want something old-fashioned. And this is why I'm probably still single. And that's actually okay because I always think about my friend. She's really beautiful too. She's very successful. She was engaged. But she also said, you know what? I'm not going to spend the rest of my life with somebody who doesn't respect me. Because, like, she would make a joke or something and he would, like, chastise her. And you're like, you know what? Be yourself. Like, you want to be yourself at all times. And if you haven't met somebody, it's not like it's always you, maybe. It's just like, okay, not everybody, like, look, not everybody meets lots of people that they date, and lots of people in this country are single, and lots of people are single in their lockdown, and this is just reality. But, you know, they don't talk about, like, they don't talk about these things like, as a single person, you have to do all these things, and, like, you can't divide things up as a family, and that's fine, because I guess, like, it's less stress in a way. But it's also like, I'm sorry, but Zoom doesn't fill every void in your life. I know people are like, well, you can just go on Zoom and that fills a void. Not for everybody. It doesn't fill everybody's voids, and, you know, it's good to be honest about these things. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with being single, but just because you're single doesn't mean you didn't want to meet somebody, because some people like me, you know, I am an old-fashioned romantic type. I'm an old-fashioned kind of person, and I know that about myself. And, yeah, just because I haven't met someone, like, I don't know. I think it's kind of silly, like, how society looks down upon people. Like, it's okay for a guy to be single at a certain age, but you know what? Take back the narrative. It's okay for women to be single, too. 100%. It's okay for women to be single. Like, it doesn't make you, like, less than. Actually, it just means you didn't meet someone. And sometimes I'm just, like, perfectly happy being single. But I don't want to meet some guy on a dating app that says at 9 o'clock at night on a Wednesday that he wants to meet me because, oh, it would be nice to meet someone. And do you want to come to my house and watch a movie? I'm like, no. No, buddy, I actually want to be courted and treated in an old-fashioned way. I want to be courted and treated in an old-fashioned way. That's what I want. And if I don't find that, I'm not going to be sad about it either, you know? And I'm not going to be like my sister who says, well, people in quarantine can't date. Well, good. That's so easy for you because all these people in relationships, they say that all the time to you. But you know what? Did life stop because we are in quarantine? It's not like I'm going on big dates or anything. It's just I haven't met anybody yet, and it's harder to meet people right now. But of course, I'm going to talk to people. I'm not going to stop living life because we're in quarantine. Yeah. And then I came to the realization I deserve like something good in my life. Always and forever. I don't like, I don't know, like on these dating apps, like no, like these things where a guy's like, yeah, we can meet at night. No, it's stupid. Like, be a gentleman, but you're not. You'd show me your colors right away when you're like, oh, even if you're a cute dentist, not that cute. I mean, you're cute, you're handsome, you're attractive. But your character, no. I want to be courted, I want somebody to get me flowers, and I want to be treated like a lady. It's better to hold out for the good thing than to be the unsatisfied thing. So my friend had a point after all. She said, you know, she was engaged to that guy, it wasn't very good, and then after that, she dated people, and it's kind of that same enchilada, and a lot of people just keep it really casual and really loosey-goosey in the dating scene. They're like, no strings attached, like, oh, we'll see where this goes, and it's just like, no, not that. No, thank you. Like, so maybe I'm back to square one, but it's because I have a higher expectation for myself this time around. I'm not gonna just like settle for anything or like put myself out there for things that wouldn't make me happy. Like, I know from past experiences, I know what makes me happy, and I think just knowing somebody in a daily way is what makes me happy. Like somebody that would go to the ends of the earth for me. And that's the only kind of relationship that's worth my time today. Is someone who would go to the ends of the earth for me. Make me a top priority in this lifetime. Because I don't want to even contemplate the dating app. So if anybody ever asks, why are you single? I could give them that story. I could be like, well, yeah, this is my experience. You meet a lot of guys. They like to keep it casual. Or, you know, I'm not into the bar scene. I'm not into the big dating scene. So I don't meet as many people as you. I mean, my friend, she actually did do the dating sites, but I think she's doing eHarmony. She dated a lot of, like, people for 3 years. 3 years. Like, she was going on dates several times a week. I don't have the energy to do that. Like, she was, like, hitting it up really, really hard, and she almost gave up. She's like, I'm done. I don't think I'm going to meet anyone. And then, I guess, after 3 years, she finally met someone, and that worked out. Like, they got together, and I think they just got married or something. But I commend her because 3 years is a long time, and since I am not in that enchilada, that's why I've remained single. And the hair channel, it's not a dating profile. Like, I know some guys are like, oh, this is a dating profile for you, is it? No, because a lot of ladies are married with long hair. A lot of ladies are very anonymous with long hair. I just talk because I do a narrative thing because I don't, like, look, I always like to talk in videos and kind of keep it real because, you know, I just do. My hair is actually smoothing out today. I'm kind of impressed. Maybe it's because I was talking. It just kind of smoothed out for me. I don't know. Interesting. you can be single under these circumstances, you realize something. I can effing do anything for myself. Like, oh, I have a home repair bottle, I can fix that. I have to do all shopping on myself. But you can be honest and legit, you're like, Zoom doesn't fill every void in my life. Because all these people are like, yeah, Zoom fills a void. You know what? You don't have to meet their... The funny thing is, even though I kind of miss regular life, I think other people are more social. And I've been kind of reading up on this. Like, quarantine and lockdown doesn't get to people who are actually more social. Even though they're doing this isolation thing, they all feel like socially connected to each other, and they all kind of have the same sentiments. They're like, yeah, like this is fine, we can do this right now. Like they don't miss certain things. But you know what? I guess nothing's really different about life per se, except for this. I saw a coyote last night. Nature's kind of, and it's good for nature to come back, but this is the one thing I think I stopped looking at Facebook posts about it. Start loving all the Americans, not just certain Americans to fit your political flavor. Because all human lives do matter, even if somebody isn't in lockstep with your thought process. Okay, so you said everybody should people have problems with authority. They don't respect authority if they're not into... Okay. This was the irony, the hypocrisy of the people that were mad at the people that were protesting lockdown, that I didn't agree with. First off, I know we want to flatten the curve, but there comes a time that people are worried about their finances and their business, because if you're telling people that they can't have a livelihood, what are they going to do? They're going to be broke, unemployed, and they worry, like, if there is a bigger fear of starvation and unemployment and not having a livelihood, then maybe, like, yes, we need to slow this. However, here's the thing. When you say you don't give an end point to it, and somebody made a good point, why don't we just do a 2-week quarantine where nobody went outside? That includes everybody, like every soul in every country had to stay inside for 2 weeks straight. Nobody could go outside for any reason. Somebody made that point. They said, you know, because if that was the incubation period, why didn't we do that? Like that would include the police, the fire department, everybody. Like basically everybody. Like if we could have just said in the beginning, or we just made it like very clear, like why don't we all do that? Like, and that was a good point. I'm like, so if that was the incubation period to see if people had it or not, why didn't we just do that? But we didn't do that. Some people went out, some people didn't go out. Some people, that was kind of the criticism of it that some people had. And I thought, well, that's a really good point. Why didn't we try that? I don't know. I'm not an expert on these things, but there just comes a point when something's indefinite and we don't know, like, what if, and they're saying now, what if this comes back every season? Well, economically speaking, some people can't afford to shut down their business every season. Like, if this comes back all the time and we keep going back into lockdown all the time, some people might not be able to afford that. And then we were so precarious economically before this happened. People do have real fears. And okay, you didn't like that they protested, but look, if you were truly worried about this, nobody had to go there. That was my take on it. Nobody was obligated to go to a beach, to go to a protest, to go to any social gathering. You could have just stayed away. Like, I didn't go to any of those things because honestly, yeah, even in normal times, like sometimes I'm like, I've just noticed this because I do talk to people, but I'm not as highly social. I don't go to many holiday parties, but I've noticed people complain, I got a cold from a holiday party. And that's just something I always thought, well, obviously you could get a cold from going to lots of holiday parties, like with lots of family and friends. Like if that was something you did a lot, yes, it's just kind of common sense. And even though I like to be nice and talk to people and get out and walk and things and spend time with my friends occasionally when our schedules allow for that. I've never gone to a ton of holiday parties, so I didn't get a lot, like I have a pretty good immunity too, but I didn't get a lot of those seasonal colds and flus that people were talking about. And some of that is in connection to going to a lot of social events. So even though this is really contagious, they say, I just don't see how a few people, it wasn't even that many people who went to this thing, impacts you if you're staying home. Like, I think it's okay, like, if they want to do that. I'm not saying that that's safe, by the way. I'm just saying it didn't really, like, these people that go to the beach, and then they're like, but they might go to the store later. But you have to think about it this way, too. Somebody working at the doctor's office can go to the store later. And they do sometimes. And they actually work with sick populations. So anybody could go to the store where you go to the store, but then you have to start thinking, oh my God, did they go to the store and I went to the store and it might be contagious? Like, my question is, and this is the question that people question, just talking about this from a civil liberties perspective, when does this end? Like, we don't know. Like, does it keep coming back every season? So I'm not even going to get into that debate anymore. But I guess that was just the thing, was some people who claim to care about life, who said that they're in favor of shelter in place and they want life to be preserved. Some people said jokingly, okay, they said that these Republican people were Trump supporters, even though I know there were some libertarians that went to these protests. I didn't go personally, I just saw these things posted on social media. They said everybody who went was a Republican and a Trump supporter, and they had issues with authority. But here's the thing, a lot of these people, I didn't vote for Trump. They hate Trump and they complain about everything he's done since he's been in office. So I guess it was just this hypocrisy, and that's why I needed to stop looking at Facebook. It was this hypocrisy where every single day, like for, I don't know, since he became president, they've been complaining about, I'm not saying his legislation's good and the wall is ridiculous, because I'm actually an open borders libertarian. That didn't change, by the way. I'm still for open borders, even though now, like, I don't think anybody will be for a long time. But I actually did support that, as long as somebody, like, I think the only criteria would be, like, okay, a health check, like, make sure you don't have COVID or something, like, definitely. But I was an open borders libertarian in my mindset, and that's how I felt, and that hasn't changed. But a lot of these people, they were mad at Trump because he's anti-immigration, he's anti-this, he's anti-that. But if they think that Republicans have problems with authority, don't they also have problems with authority? Because he is an authority figure, and it's okay for them to question something that he wants to pass or he wants to implement. But then if a California governor implements it because he's a Democrat and some Republicans don't agree with it, or even libertarians, all of a sudden they are the ones that respect authority and they don't have problems with authority. But you have to be honest and say, you know what, maybe I do sometimes have problems with authority. And then these same people on these threads where they were talking about shelter in place, how it was good for saving lives, I saw jokes made by Democrats that were anti-Trump supporters saying, well, they just want to kill off their base. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, you said you were pro-life, but now you're making jokes about that of people that don't agree with you politically. And how did we get here? And I know, yes, you can abstain from these posts, but that's why I really have to, because I'm just like, you don't think that's me. And this is where, okay, I got kind of depressed with Facebook. I was talking with somebody, we were moderately friends, and he would just say, everybody should stay home, like, nobody should go to a protest. And I said, well, sometimes people have to work or something. And he actually deleted me on Facebook. And I said, I don't usually reach out to someone, but I said, I don't know why you would delete me just for saying I think we should try to look at other people's perspective. And he said, well, kindness is what I'm about, and compassion is what I'm about, and you're not. And I said, well, not really, because you basically said anybody who didn't agree with you is wrong. And I was just pointing that out, but I realized you can't talk with people like right now. Everybody's right, they're wrong, but if we all value, if everybody says they value life the way that they claim to, I don't think they would be making jokes on social media about how some people who went to a protest deserve what they get or they don't value life. You wouldn't be making those jokes, would you? So I realized I can't look at that anymore. If you feel good, like if you feel okay looking at that sort of stuff, and you're like okay, see, that's the thing. Depending on what political party you're in, I guess, like, those people are right and you're wrong. Those people, you're right and they're wrong. It's just, and it's that whole thing. Like, there's no gray area. There's no saying, well, maybe sometimes we disagree on an issue, but we're still Americans and we can have a dialogue. It's like, nope, I have to delete you because you do not agree with me and you were not lockstep with me. Oh, you don't like what the governor passed in this state. You have disrespected authority. But previously and up to this day, if Donald Trump does something that I don't like, it's okay to question his authority. I'm just like, the hypocrisy deal. And it will turn forever. They're never going to stop, you know. They can do what they want, though. Look, safety reason, I wouldn't recommend going to a protest. It's not my jiggy cup of tea. I don't even go to that many parties. Like, I like to go out and do things, but I don't, like, get jiggy with the, like, big crowds of people either. I'm not like, oh my god, like, it's not like you're salsa dancing with these people and bumping and grinding with them at the protest. But everybody's going to be like, yes, but it's so contagious. And yes, it is contagious. But at the end of the day, probably not a good idea they want it. Probably not a good idea that big groups of people are, like, clustered together at the beach. Do I think those are good ideas? No. If I see a group of people walking on the street, I try to walk around them, okay? I'm not trying to go near, like, big groups of people that are in puppy piles. But at the end of the day, I can't spend every waking minute thinking, oh my god, are all these people in a puppy pile? So, I guess, act accordingly, think accordingly, do what's best for you and your family accordingly. But at the end of the day, I just think, okay, politically, I'm gonna let people just do their thing. I am gonna follow some libertarian issues with Aya, but if everything is politicized to this degree where each party's like blah blah blah, nothing changed. And I don't think Americans are more tolerant of each other. It's the same old enchilada, right? Right. So, in other news, I did reading some of the Harem Sultan book. It's pretty darn good. I have a little bit left in my hair to brush, and I'll be done soon. Thanks for watching.